Hello. Hope everybody's doing well. Sorry, just give me a quick second here. Sorry about that. Hello, Severed. Hello, everybody else in chat. Hope you're doing well. I just got an itch. All right, there. Happy Friday. Fuck, I'm tired. Can't believe you skipped out on Pokestop. I just wasn't feeling it this week. Anyways, how you doing, Gumbo? I just realized this fucking bailiff looks like he's on fucking death row. Like he's just fighting to fucking miserable life, miserable wife, etc. Well, this is it. Today's the day it all goes down. Another was yesterday. I bought a Kindle. Nice. Are you having fun with it, Severed? This meeting is over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call them back after that. Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy. We're leaving. Darian, wait. I never liked you. Either of you. Huh? Darn it, we were so close. He was about to tell us. Hey, Apollo. He didn't want us to hear what Machi had to say. Oh, I didn't hear that, sorry. What? Sorry. I think I know why. Time to bring down a little justice. What was that? He is heard but unseen. Who's that talking? It's the Valiant Grammari. Grammari. I hate saying that name. I exclaimed as he walked in through the door, normally. You aren't the witness today, are you, Uncle Valiant? Preposterous proposition. How could I stand upon the stand? Why are my secrets to be free for the plucking? I don't even have to sign autographs. That is why I intend to remain hidden for the entire day. Oh, with vanishing magic? Indeed. I will jump upon an express train and express myself the next town over. Hello, Marine. Before I go, a word of warning. Warning? What? I like the way this guy thinks. A grand grammary glamour resides at the root of all that has happened. Do not forget this truth. Glamour? this guy thinks. I don't think he does, Gumbo. A spell, sorcery, a great illusion. Miss Trucy, though it pains me to part so. I need to get in line for a ticket. The fuck did he say to me? Oh, farewell. I didn't even click anything, it just... One word, Bond. Gone. Holy fuck, I'm tired. That's how he evades police. That's how I evade police. Just by, poof, disappearing. Skips the dialect button. That's hilarious. And there he goes. He sure seemed happy about that illusion thing. Oh, big illusions are the bread and butter of a magician. Oh, that reminds me, I have gherkins in the fridge. I kind of wanted a gherkin today. The sweet kind. That's the good pickle. Can't pull off a show without one. Big illusion is always a spectacle to remember. Usually it involves cutting up things, like people or elephants. Or the Eiffel Tower. Anything, really. But he was talking about what we saw at the concert. Lamoureux's disappearing act. Prosecutor Gavin's exploding guitar. I wonder what he meant by it being at the root of all that has happened. Well, it's about time. Shall we go? You know, I really like Trucy as a sidekick. She doesn't have any strange gimmicks, just kind of a silly mindset. That's not overwhelming like Mia. No. Maya. That's what Maya's the right. Yes? Scheduled starting time for the trial has been changed. The trial will not be commencing until 10:30 a.m. Sorry for the inconvenience. Oh, did something happen? This is a first. It was by the judge's request. Some urgent personal business. Great, I bet he stayed up too late last night watching courtroom dramas. Apparently he's visiting the hospital again. The hospital? I believe it was mentioned that the Chief Justice's son is unwell. Apparently his condition worsened considerably this morning. Chief Justice's son? Oh, that's right. Remember yesterday morning? The judge said he had to go visit him after the... Wait. Is the judge the bad guy? Because he's visiting the Chief Justice's son, who is sick. And the cocoon from earlier was a cure-all. Remember yesterday morning, the judge said he had to go visit him after the trial. There's an article about it in the newspaper, excuse me. If you care to read about it yourself. Mucuritis. Where have I heard that before? I'll let you read that article for us, Apollo. Just leave the TV guide page to me. Try not to lose the page with the funnies if you can. I'm glad Apollo is a man of taste. My apologies for the delay. Court is now in session for the trial of, how do you say this name again? Machi Tobai, our suspect Fortissimo. Right, it's his trial in any case. The defense is prepared, Your Honor. Prosecution is ready to rock. Is something wrong, Your Honor? No, well, yes. It's just, I've been friends with the Chief Justice since we were students. Pains me to see him going through such a difficult time. Yeah, my brother wants me to put a frozen pizza in for but I gotta wait probably 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, can someone start like just spamming chat? I don't care what anybody spams it with. Just in 15 minutes exactly from now. Would be 7:20 my time. Makes me seem going through such a difficult time. Incuritis, was it? That article said there was no known cure. But there is a panacea. Air Judge, let me say with all honesty, I feel your pain. But now is not the time for tears. Now is the time for law. Indeed. We left off at quite the juncture yesterday. Ask Interpol about that number. IPXX314206. The agent registered under this number was Romaine Lettuce. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescent. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. Wait. That voice just now. It was him. I'm sure of it. It was him? That voice I heard talking to Mr. Lettuce when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darian. No way. What a sensational ending. Who would have thought Darian would guest star in the season cliffhanger as a suspect? I asked the prosecution to look into this matter. Please tell the court your findings. Darian Crescent is a member of my band, the Gaviners. He is also a detective, making the current charges serious indeed. Yet, after investigation, I have found no cause to alter our case or file new charges. And your reason is? Weren't you aware, Herr Forehead? He has an impeccable alibi. An alibi? Let's review the facts again, shall we? The concert held on the night of the shooting was in 3 sets. The Gaviners ripped up the stage during the first set. For the second set, our guest took the center stage. The only performers appearing were myself, Lamoureux, and Machi, along with a drummer and bassist, for a total of 5. The shooting in the dressing room, however, took place during the 3rd set. Lamoureux and the defendants, Machi Tabai, had left the stage at that point, and the Gaviners were already rocking. This is when 2 shots rang out at the scene of the crime. Shots heard by Detective Emma Skye, mind you. And Apollo, you heard them too, right? I sure did. Furthermore, Lamoureux herself witnessed the moment of the crime. Well, perhaps I should say she heard the moment of the crime, when she claims to have heard Mr. Lettuce and Detective Crescent talking. But that's impossible. Detective Crescent was... Precisely. Detective Crescent was on stage, getting his groove on, no less. Voila. Perfect alibi. Does the defense have anything to add to this? It's true. When I heard those gunshots, he must have been on stage. Still, there's something here that doesn't quite add up. It appears the defense has no objections. I believe we can safely say that Darian Crescent's alibi has been acknowledged, which means that Lamoureux was sadly mistaken. Your testimony cannot be true. Very well. Of course, if we disregard her testimony, then I see no evidence keeping us from declaring a verdict. If indeed there are no objections. I think I know what I have to do, because I believe we have to use a soundboard. Oops, sorry, I didn't read that. Uh-oh, Apollo, if he declares a verdict now... But Prosecutor Gavin's case is airtight. Labrador might have been lying to protect Machi. How can I rely on her testimony? Wait. What about yesterday in the detention center? About the case? What about the case? He wants to tell us about Mr. Lettuce's death? This meeting's over. Darian? Machi was trying to tell us something. I know it. Maybe the best thing to do is ask him under oath. Very well, the court finds the defendant, or what was his name again? Objection! Your Honor. No, that wasn't it. It was something like Marquis or Mr. Justice. Your Honor, before you declare a verdict, I would like to call another witness. Exactly who else do you need to hear from? A witness until now, a witness who, until now, has not been given a chance to speak in this court. Because he doesn't speak English. You don't mean... I do. The defense calls Machi Tobai to the stand. What? But he doesn't speak English. We'll use an interpreter. Interpreter? I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. I only speak a few phrases, such as I love you and where's the toilet? The defense would like to request Lamaror as an interpreter. Lamaror? Well, there's a possibility she's protecting the defendant. Will she be interpreting for the defendant? Why would she lie? This is most unusual. Bravo, Herr Forehead. Herr Judge, the prosecution agrees with the defense's request. If Lamaror lies, I'll be able to tell. Even my limited knowledge of the language should be enough for that. Well, if both prosecution and defense are for this, I see little cause for refusal. Finally, some progress. Bailiff, please show the defendant and Lamaror to the witness stand. I suppose there is a first time for everything. Shall we proceed? Your name to begin with. If you would, Lamaror. Yes. He says Machi Dobai, the defendant. This is certainly a first for this courtroom. Not that we really need an interpretation of the message of that message in particular. So far, so good. Very well, Mr. Justice, if you would. Huh? If I would what, Your Honor? Would what? You called the defendant to the stand, did you not? What would you have him testify about? What do I want him to testify about? I hadn't thought of that part yet. Apollo. Aren't you going to ask him what he was about to tell us yesterday? I might get pinged on Discord. Oh, right. Bro really said ack. Yeah, exactly. Aren't you going to ask him what he was about to tell us yesterday? How can I if I don't know what he was saying? Excuse me a moment, if I might speak. Yes, Lamaror? Just now, Machi said there is something about which he wishes to testify. Machi wants to testify about something? What could it be? What sort of testimony is he talking about? Sorry. What sort of testimony is he talking about? One moment, please. Ugh, the suspense is killing me. What? What? Well, Amaror? According to Machi, he has proof of his innocence. What? This is a surprise. Victory, Apollo. We did it. This is sounding too good to believe. And I know what that usually means. Well, if that's true, then this is vital testimony, Lamaror. I mean, Machi. Please testify to the court. Very well. He says that word of Mr. Lettuce's death came as a great shock. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, I, that is he, could not have done it. He said because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them. Oh no. I see. He wouldn't have understood the English lyrics to the song. That would prevent him from following them so closely. I wondered what he meant by proof. Why, he would only have to ask Lamaror to know the meaning of the song. Sorry. I met a new friend. We might be streaming soon. Or streaming together soon. Oh. I appreciate that, Summer. Thank you. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Give me a second. Sorry, I thought that would be funny. Anyways, sorry it took so long. Also, now I've got a cat in my arm. Lemon Roar. Did you ever explain the lyrics of that song to him? I did tell him generally what the song was about, but never in so much detail, and he never asked. Has my oft-repeated warning already fled that forehead? Amaror might be protecting the witness. Well, anyways, let us proceed with the cross-examination. Elohim, why the lick? Good boy. Mr. Justice, if you would. Yes, Your Honor. Something's hidden in that testimony, I know it. I just have to trust my bracelet to tell me where. It worked yesterday, it'll work today. Said that Mr. Lettuce's death came at a great shock. Were Machi and Mr. Lettuce close? Yes, after we traveled around the world on tour together. I'm Roar. This is Machi's cross-examination, not yours. But I knew the answer. This is a court of law. We'll play by the book. I understand. Prosecutor Gavin's tough. He's really tough. Machi says he was very good friends with Mr. Lettuce. Mr. Lettuce was always a gentleman, never angry. We got along quite well. Never dreamed something like this would happen. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song... The guitar serenade, correct? Yes, the crime followed the lyrics of the song. The theft of the keyring, the burning guitar, and the bullet. This is why it could not have been me. That is, he could not have done it. I could not have done it, you mean... Alright, winning, son? I just put a pizza in the oven for my brother, and I'm getting no part of it. This is not winning. I did, however, have a nice, like, plate of, like, Asian hors d'oeuvres. Wontons, pot stickers, and spring rolls. With a Thai chili sauce. It is very simple. Machi could not have done all the things that had happened that day. For all those things followed the song lyrics closely. I've been more hungry, thanks. Eat before you stream, fucker. Don't stream on an empty stomach. Or I swear to God I'm gonna make it worse for you. He says that because the lyrics aren't English, he does not understand them. Why do you think I'm not lying? Okay, what are you having today? I feel like this would be a good place to use the bracelet because I think he does understand English. Oops. I gotta retry that. He looks his side. He knows English. Machi. You can't fool my eyes. You glanced toward her the very moment Lammermoor said the word English. Why? And don't bother interpreting that. He understands me. Machi, tell the truth. You can understand English, can't you? What are you saying? Of course he can't. Must he continue this charade? Mr. Justice, Machi says this. I know the word English. Huh? Before coming to this country, he heard me speaking English. He learned the name for this language, that is all. What? Give me a break. Is that such an unusual word to understand? Do you not know Espanol, for instance? Well, yeah, but... I'm sorry, but he truly does not understand your language. Well, then explain this. How does he know the crime followed the lyrics? Have you always been such a suspicious-minded lad? It is simple. So simple it hardly requires an explanation. You read about it in the newspaper. The newspaper? Virginian Daily Bugle. You can buy it in this country these days, you know? It doesn't mention the lyrics to Lammermoor's ballad. They've already begun to report about this case in our homeland. I was right. What is wrong, Mr. Justice? Your eyes. They are quite fierce all of a sudden. Machi is lying. Maybe it's time to show them proof that he's lying.
Take that!
I have here a Borginian newspaper. The Borginian Daily Bugle, as a matter of fact. Indeed, there is a feature article about the case. Could you read this for me, Machi? That's right. It doesn't mention the lyrics. What? What is this all about? I'm sorry, Machi. You couldn't have read about the lyrics in a Borginian newspaper. What does this mean? But I don't see how it's possible. Ah, I know. You must have heard the lyrics when the police were doing their questioning. Yes. Not possible. The subject of the lyrics was not brought up in police questioning. I read the full report myself. Though the lyrics weren't in the newspaper and the police didn't mention them. The only place you could have heard them was in this courtroom. In English, no less. The witness will explain herself, or himself. Machi says, he says... Yes? It is true I read the newspaper. This is not where I learned of the lyrics. I was mistaken. Now I remember. You remember? He says he heard of the lyrics from me. What? Is this true, Lammermoor? Yes, I'm afraid I had forgotten it myself. And it looks like Forehead's been jumping to conclusions again. It seems so, yes. No, no! I was onto something, I know it. I can't let this chance slip away. I need limeade. Elohim, must you be tiny, happy cat? Time is an issue today. Mr. Justice, are you finished with the cross-examination? What are you going to do, Apollo? If you want to keep on cross-examining, I have to have a better angle of an attack. Or better have an angle of attack. Or else. My brace is still reacting. Your Honor, please allow me to continue. If you must, you must. Very well, witness. I understand. It was I who explained that the crime followed the song.
Hold it!
Exactly how much did you explain to Machi? Ah, this is a question for me, yes? This interpretation thing is getting old fast. I told him that Mr. Lettuce had been killed, and why he was a suspect. I told him the crimes of the day that followed my song. Why did you mention any particular words of the song relating to the case, such as heart? Yes, of course I explained this. He was quite surprised. Yeah, I knew he was innocent. I believe he is too, Trucy. I do. What's wrong, Apollo? You got a tummy ache or something? Something's hidden in that testimony. If it's the truth, I'll find it. I knew she would have the tell.
Gotcha!
I'm Roar. Currently cross-examining Machi. Why should you be uncertain? Me? Uncertain? Yes, you swallowed the very moment you told the court. Hello, Mando. How's it going? Thank you for the lurk emote. Yes, you swallowed the very moment you told the court. It was I who explained. I see there is little point in trying to hide anything from you. Lamror, are you indeed protecting someone? That is not a question with a simple answer. To tell the truth, I do not believe it myself. Allow me to answer for you. Lamror, you're protecting... She is protecting Machi? Lamror, you are protecting Machi. That's why you lied and told us that you had explained how the crime followed the song. I don't fault you for trying to help, but this is not the way. Machi, I believe you didn't do it, really. I trust you. But you've lied to us twice. And now you have Lamror lying on your behalf. If this is going to work, you have to trust me too. Your two lies cover a simple truth. You understand English, you have to. Witness, is this true? Do you understand English? Yes, a little only. What? First he could see, and now he can talk. And you did not know about the Slammer War? No, I did not. It is quite a surprise. How many secrets is this witness hiding? This is last. Machi, could you tell us what really happened? No shooting. I did no shooting. So you weren't in the dressing room when I heard those 2 gunshots, correct? Apparently, the answer to that question isn't simple either. I was in dressing room, behind desk. Manager, he on floor. It should be after the shooting, right? Okay, go. Then there is voice. Voice, or voices. Was it you and Emma, Apollo? When Machi went into the dressing room, Mr. Lettuce had already been shot. And then we came to the door. Panel high up. I take off. Run away, run away. It was you who escaped through that air vent. Ha, as the prosecution has upheld all along, no less. The defendant has admitted to being at the scene. Might we take this as a confession? Objection! No, he's clearly denied that he did it. I know shooting. Manager on floor. Already on floor. Objection! The victim had already been shot, you say? I find that hard to believe. The defendant understood the song lyrics. He was at the scene of the crime. This can only mean one thing. He is the shooter. Does the defendant have anything to say to this? He's clammed up, Apollo. Let's ask Mr. Justice. Will you require any further testimony from the witness? Oh shit. Is that it? Is there nothing else I can get him to testify about? Wait, hold on a second. There's a consultation button? Is that it? Is there nothing else I can get him to testify about? Wait, no. Of course there is. I thought I'd choose. What is this cocoon, anyway? The cocoon, the silk, is a potent cure. A cure? Well, Machi, are you a smuggler? He won't tell me. The cocoon has to have something to do with this. Machi, please, tell us the truth for your own sake. No, no more speak. Not to any of you. So much for your precious trust, Sarah Forehead. Hey, you were the one who didn't believe him. Regardless, this brings us to an impasse. It does seem that the defense and the defendant are at odds. I doubt we are likely to learn anything more of value should this continue. I see no other course but to declare a 5-minute recess. The defense will work things out with the defendant so that we might proceed. Apollo Eustace. That's justice. Better learn how to say it if you ever want to get some. Believe. I know shooting. Machi claims Mr. Lettuce was already down on the ground when he entered the room. Maybe it was a trap and he walked right into it? Suddenly I hear a revolver. Close. Very close. Then I hear a voice. You heard gunshots? Yes, it's true. I hear a revolver, but only sound. Wait, you're saying you went into the dressing room? You found Mr. Lettuce already dead and then you heard shots? If that's true... So you were at the scene of the crime when you heard those shots? And you escaped through the air vent. I know. Oh, what do you know? I know if I opening vent, I can leave stage and backstage. So the vents went to both the stage and the backstage area? Right, guys, I'm fucking cold. Just mess with my tracker. Is that what he means? Hey, he's right. Look, Apollo. Huh. Yeah. But how did you know it was connected like that? Wait, I bet his father was the architect that designed the hall or something. I hear this from Magician. Magician? Don't look at me. Magician, huh? All is we're clear on one thing. Machi didn't shoot Mr. Lettuce. Yeah, but what does that leave us with? Fuck. Almost dropped my mouse. Yeah, so but what does that leave us with? We're supposed to say he went into the room to find the body and then he heard the shots? That one's gonna go over well in court. Not. Apollo, you're his defense. You're supposed to believe whatever he says, even lies. That's not true. That's what Daddy always told me. I'll just pretend you misheard him. Every time. So what do we do? Sure you won't testify, Machi? No talking, no. Well, it was worth a shot. That cocoon. I can't go home. Can't go home. Can't go home to Virginia. I do not want to go home. The penalty for taking a cocoon from Virginia is death. That's right, it's punishable by death. Of course, he's scared. Oh well, I guess we'll have to try a different approach. That's the spirit, Apollo. So what's your plan? If Machi won't testify about it, we'll have to get someone else to testify. Someone else? I think we're out of time. Let's get back in there. Right. Court is now back in session. Mr. Justice, have you sorted things out with the defendant? Yes, Your Honor. We had a good talk. Very well. So who will he testify? Your Honor, the defendant will not testify. What? Shame. And here I thought this was your big chance to turn the case around. Actually, it is. The defense would like to approach this case from a different angle, Your Honor. A different angle? If Machi won't testify, then I know who will. I would like to cross-examine the witness, in this case, Lamoureux. Lamoureux?
Objection!
What are you up to now? I thought we determined yesterday that Lamoureux's testimony was insubstantial. There's nothing you can... Lamoureux was taken to the hospital yesterday with injuries. What happened? He was assaulted, Your Honor. Assaulted? Someone wanted Lamoureux dead. Thankfully, she was able to save herself. What? I've heard no such report. Prosecutor Gavin. Why would anyone be able to kill Lamoureux? Can you think of a reason? Well, think of how she is known in our country. A singer from overseas who doesn't speak English, yes? Yet someone tried to keep her mouth shut. Who could that have been? You don't think... I do. It was the same person who shot Mr. Lettuce. The killer was afraid of her. Afraid of what she might say. The defense believes that something was hidden in her testimony yesterday. Something that the killer doesn't want getting out. So am I to understand that this is what you are saying? Namely, that there's a nugget of truth in Lamoureux's testimony. A nugget we have yet to uncover? Exactly. I like the animation of the subtle head nod. If Lamoureux was attacked, this has serious implications. Very well. There were some vague points in her testimony during yesterday's trial. Perhaps we did not inquire as deeply as we might have into some. The court will hear Lamoureux's testimony once more. Lamoureux, I must apologize. We must ask you to stand again and speak. You need not apologize. I know that Machi is innocent, and I will do all that I can until the court realizes this. Let's review your testimony from yesterday. You told us you heard 2 gunshots and the shooter's voice through the window. And that the voice belonged to Darian Crescent, yes? That is correct. At which point I proved that she could not be correct. She couldn't have heard any of those things. The small window at the scene was closed, and was found to be quite soundproof. You have nothing to say to that, Mr. Justice? I don't know exactly what yet, but I know there's something there. There is, it seems, much that you don't know. And yet it is my duty to hear him out. Perhaps a witness would be so kind as to testify once more to the court? Of course, Your Honor. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. That's when I heard them, Mr. Lettuce and the detective. I heard the faint sound of a gunshot and then stopped. Then I heard another gunshot. There was a smell of gunpowder. I knew I must tell someone, but I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window. Pretty much the same as yesterday's testimony. I'm sorry. I am not used to speaking that much in this language. Perhaps my descriptions are lacking in some way. Yet everything I have said here is the truth. And it is my distinct displeasure to say this. What you have said to have happened is impossible. Do I have to repeat myself? Lamaror was attacked because of this testimony. What, Trucy? Apollo, you know, for a moment there, you were pretty cool. Maybe I do better when I don't try to think ahead. Very well, Mr. Justice. Perhaps you can coolly cross-examine the witness. Is something wrong? I know I said hold it, but she's saying the same thing she said before. Mr. Justice? Sorry, it's nothing. Please continue with your testimony. Now I know what they mean about the reckless youth these days. The one in red over there is the shining example here, Judge. Oh, I guess we're doing Minesweeper. Give me a second to set it up. To be honest, did they change the Minesweeper? To be honest, I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be keeping Minesweeper as a redeem. I have Luigi hostage right now? Nice. What are you doing to him? Watching your stream? Oh, okay. Hello, Luigi. Send help? Unfortunately, I can't. Geneva Convention or something like that. Canadians are not allowed to help people anymore. Anyways, Firefall and Luigi, how you guys doing today? Your captions got something cursed, I'll DM. Oh shit. Uh-oh. I really hope they didn't fuck me up again. Bob has a screenshot of me saying sex is clearly this way then. From when I was doing the Wolds Vaults mod. What the fuck? That is some cursed shit. Feels like it's been a very long while since I've played this. Your arm is in frame so we know it comes from you? Okay. All right. This is some wild fucking Minesweeper music. When do we get a Minesweeper movie? I guess, yeah, Firefall. But do we get a Minesweeper movie that features Jack Black? And Chris Pratt? And I guess Jason Momoa too, he can be there. Alright, there we go. First try, nailed it. Nice. You're the last person who should be pointing fingers, Mr. Rockstar. That's what I heard, though. Mr. Lettuce and the detective. Oh yeah, we gotta add Ryan Reynolds to it too. Darien Crescent? I did not know his name at the time. But yes, it was him. The one who took the stand yesterday. How many times do I need to remind you that's impossible? There was no way you could have hurt him. Because the window at the scene was closed? Is that why? Of course. Well, if we keep asking the same questions as yesterday, we won't get anywhere. He's right. Maybe there's a different angle I can try. Do you hear anything else? Did you happen to hear anything else at the time? Anything else? Anything else besides the victim and the shooter's conversation? Anything at all? It's quite the vague question. Other than the conversation, I heard a clock ticking. The two men breathing, footsteps. That is all. Nothing new there as expected. Heck, I was hoping for a little more than that. Perhaps we should just carry on with the cross-examination. As you wish. I'm gonna double back. What were they talking about? Lamaror, do you by any chance remember what they were saying to each other? If so, please tell us. I had given it much reflection, but I was afraid of this. She doesn't remember. I only heard one phrase clearly. A whole phrase? You remember something that was said. Why didn't you say anything yesterday? When my memory is clear, I was afraid to speak. You see, I do not understand what was said. This could be it, the clue I've been waiting for. Well, what did he say? It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Lettuce. The shooter, then, Darien Crescent. Well, what did he say? It's over. Press the switch, now. Oh. Switch. And the shooter said this to the victim, Mr. Lettuce? I thought it quite strange myself afterwards. It is a mystery. What could it possibly mean? Mr. Justice? Care to shed some light on this? I mean, sure, I'd be delighted. Some very, very vital. But we could add that to the testimony. Maybe, Apollo? From the small window, I heard a voice say, "Press the switch now." Hold it! And it was Detective Darien Crescent's voice? Yes, I am sure of it. It's over. Press the switch. Why would he say that to Mr. Lettuce? Apollo. The murder weapon, the revolver, was Mr. Lettuce's, right? Yeah? What of it? Well, maybe when he said press the switch, he really meant to say pull the trigger. Because his English isn't so good. Darien Crescent is a native speaker. Oh, right. Sorry, I kind of forgot who was what. Press the switch. It's not something a killer usually says to their victim, is it? Was there no one else in the room? I do not know. All I heard was Mr. Lettuce and the detective. I heard the faint sound of a gunshot and stopped. Then I heard another gunshot. There were two gunshots. Yes, I heard two, one after the other. I fence with the bullet holes at the scene. Sorry, give me a second. Nothing really new here to pick up. There was a smell of gunpowder. I know I must tell someone, but... Why didn't you tell someone immediately? Well, for me, I would have gone to the police right away. It's our duty as citizens. This may be besides the point, but Lamoureux isn't a citizen. Though one would hope such a common sense prevails in Borginia as well. Lamoureux seems awfully quiet all of a sudden. That's strange. Could she be hiding something? It is as you say, yet at the time... I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past a small window. You were in a hurry. To go where? I was on my way to the backstage exit, as I have said. Why were you in such a hurry, then? Well, I don't think that has anything to do with this case. You very well might. Please answer the question. Objection! Are you alright, Lamoureux? Yes, I am just tired. Recall what I told you yesterday, Hair Forehead. Lamoureux suffers from serious amnesia. Please refrain from traumatizing her further. Good, what, so he can just dismiss questions he thinks are too traumatizing? Why don't you prove her reason had a connection to the case before asking about it, yeah? Prosecution's objection is sustained. The current question is moot. Mr. Justice, please continue with your cross-examination. Lamoureux was attacked because of this testimony. I know she was. Something big has got to be hidden here. Just got hit with a fucking tired spell all of a sudden. Maybe there's some detail we're missing. Guess we'll just have to get her to fill in the blanks. Right. Would it be this?
Objection!
Press the switch. There's only one key that can unlock the mystery of those words. Oh? Yeah, there was nothing at the scene that could be called a switch, save the lights. True, there wasn't a switch at the scene. But it just so happens, I have a switch right here. That certainly does look like a switch, doesn't it? Problem is, this was found not at the scene of the crime, but on the stage. The stage. Where the concert was held, yes. This was found hidden there. On the stage. Are you claiming that the voice Lammerroar heard was of someone commanding another to press a switch? It's a possibility.
Objection!
Oh, hair forehead? I call that an impossibility. Why? It's hardly necessary for me to remind the court of the layout of the concert forum. The stage is quite far from Lemmerroar's dressing room. Not to mention that the Gaviners were in the middle of a concert on said stage. We aren't known for being a quiet band. You could shout all you wanted and not be heard. Excuse me. The detective's voice was loud, but certainly not a shout. So too, have Hair Forehead's cries of possibility fallen far short of being heard. Sorry, but he wouldn't have needed to shout. Excuse me? You heard what I said, or do you need me to shout it out for you? It would have been quite simple to be heard on the stage from that dressing room. Oh wait, you like evidence, don't you? How about this? Using this, it would be easy to get a message from someone on stage from the dressing room.
Take that!
Prosecutor Gavin, perhaps you're familiar with this? Why that's... What is it? Is that some kind of newfangled phone they invented while I wasn't looking? This is a type of transmitter, a communications device. Communications device? From what I've heard that night, everyone on stage was wearing one of these. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, actually. They're for talking between band members. We all had one on. So you admit that if you were wearing one of these, talking from the backstage to the stage would be simple.
Objection!
True, but wait, those send out an electronic signal. To avoid interference with the audio systems, their range is quite limited. I remember said that it was about 30 feet, right? Look at this cross-section of the diagram of the concert forum. Ah. Exactly. The walk from the stage to the backstage seems far. But the direct distance is less than 30 feet. That can't be. So, when Lammerroars heard the shooter's voice, he could have been talking to someone on stage.
Objection!
Ha! You're claiming this is the switch in question? Why did it have to be on the stage at the time? It can be placed in a pocket and carried anywhere. Someone could have hidden on the stage after the fact. He's got a point. How do we know where where it was when she heard the voice. When the shooter said press the switch. Well, I guess we don't. An unfortunate situation. I'm afraid that until we know where the switch was, there's little point in debating it. Ugh. I was sure this was the way to go with this. What is the switch anyways? We don't even know that basic fact. Wait a second. I do know what the switch is. And if you follow that train of logic to its incredible conclusion, it ends up in proof that completely changes this case. What's up, Apollo? Apollo? We know about the switch, right? We know what it is. Yeah? Well, think of when it was used that day. Think of what happened. Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no further information to share concerning the switch. Your Honor? Yes, Mr. Justice? I've been remiss in not telling the court this before. I know what the switch is. Well, it seems the defense is set upon linking this switch to the case. Let's see your evidence of the link. What evidence do you have to explain what the switch is? Prosecutor Gavin, you remember this? Heck, that's that. That what? Is it another one of those newfangled phones? This is an igniter. What phone looks like this? Igniter? You mean it's like a lighter? Yes, actually. You weren't saying this switch is a remote? I am. The switch is a remote trigger for an igniter. What? Look, I'll show you. Yow! Mr. Justice, you will cease and desist from burning down this courtroom. Sorry, that was a bit more fire than I expected. My whiskers had caught on fire. Prosecutor Gavin, let me repeat myself. This switch is a remote igniter trigger. Doesn't that suggest something to you? You're talking about what happened to me, aren't you? Ah. Exactly. That night at the concert, there was one unusual burst of flame. When your guitar caught fire in the middle of your performance. Wasn't that part of the stage show, though? Prosecutor Gavin was entirely unaware that such a thing had been planned. And the guitar that burnt was a valuable keepsake. That's right, he got it in Virginia from Labrador. He said the sound was amazing, before it burned, of course. Now it just kind of smokes. The better the guitar, the brighter it burns. Your forehead. Yes? Don't tell me you're trying to tie those two things together. Those being the shooter's voice, heard by Labrador. And the guitar suddenly catching on fire? I am. It's really simple when you think about it. Mr. Lettuce and the shooter were at the crime scene. The shooter was wearing a headset. He ordered someone on stage to press the switch. The switch was pressed and the guitar caught fire. Well, that does seem to make sense. But something about it is bugging me. I can't quite put my finger on it. Really? It seems pretty simple to me.
Objection!
Alright, don't destroy what little respect I have for you. That was harsh. I was expecting something a little more sensible. I guess I was wrong. What's this all about, Prosecutor Gavin? His simple story simply makes no sense. Think, that night my guitar caught on fire, yes. The cause may have been this indeed. However, the guitar caught fire during the second set. Heck, that's right, of course. The guitar caught on fire during Labrador's song. Indeed, yet the shooting happened during the third set. Those two are utterly unrelated. Yes, that must have been what was bugging me. The whole premise for this is faulty. Sorry, excuse me. See, his story makes no sense.
Objection!
Are you sure about that? What exactly do you mean, Mr. Justice? Maybe it's not the premise for my explanation of the switch that's at fault. Maybe it's our premise for the entire case so far. What premise is this specifically? I'm glad you asked. Oh yeah, fucking banger music. I'm saying that maybe the killing didn't take place in the third act.
Objection!
What's this? But Detective Emma Sky heard shots and found the body. All of this happened in the third act.
Objection!
Gunshots rang out. And according to his testimony, Machi was in that dressing room at the time. Where are you going with this, Mr. Justice? Stay with me, Your Honor. He also told us this in his testimony. Namely, that the victim had already been shot. We all heard gunshots, but no one saw the shooting. This is insane. Just before the shooting took place, the shooter was heard on his headset, telling someone to press the switch. In the next moment, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flame. We know that a remote triggered igniter was inside the guitar. From all these facts, we can draw only one conclusion. The crime did not take place during the third act. But during the ballad performance, the second act. What? Order, order, order. Well, that goes against the evidence. What does, Your Honor? This crime was carried out according to the lyrics of that song, yes? Hey, he's right, look. The bullet is supposed to come after the fire. You're thinking about it the wrong way. Huh? Look. Why would the shooter craft the events of the day to follow the lyrics anyways? It's an awful lot of trouble to go through. With little merit for the person doing it. Well, I'm sure whoever it was had some reason. Yes, they did. A reason that made it advantageous to follow the lyrics. You're saying the order was reversed on purpose? Reversed, Prosecutor Gavin? If the criminal followed the lyrics strictly, then yes. The shooting would have had to come after the guitar burst into flame. Yet her forehead has raised another possibility. He's claiming that the bullet came not after, but just before the fire. Couldn't put it better myself. We were only meant to think that the shooting came after the guitar burst into flame. Hello, newbie. How's it going? That was the criminal's objective. The crime followed the lyrics to a point, but that was the ruse. Why else would the killer risk discovery by moving the body? That was the final touch to make us think he'd followed the lyrics the whole way. Migraine? Oh, sorry. Have you taken anything for it? Order, order, order! That would explain this most unusual situation. It does. The killer changed the order of the events to create himself an alibi. In other words, the killer was someone who had an alibi for the third set, but not the second.
Objection!
I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but sadly it has. Let me tell you why your little fairy tale makes no sense at all. Oh, it sounds good, I'll give you that. You've given us a reason why the killer bothered following the lyrics of my song. But I question your logic. Or it's flawed from the very beginning. Flawed? Yes, a contradiction there for it. One I've pointed out several times, no less. At the time of the crime, the small window at the scene was closed. Sorry, give me a second. How could Lammermoor have heard a voice through it? Oh. I know that you would like to divert attention from this critical fact, but you're basing your entire line of reasoning on a false premise. Right. Lammermoor's testimony is my entire case. That voice she heard, the shooter's voice. What if she couldn't hear it, Apollo? Look, what do we have? A man saying press the switch. Near the crime scene we have a switch, which acts as a remote trigger for an igniter. And last but not least, Prosecutor Gavin's flaming guitar. It can't all be coincidence, but how do I make it work? Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I see a more direct line of questioning is required. The crime scene was investigated immediately after the crime. That window was closed. Care to tell us how Lammermoor heard the voice? A key point to be sure. Mr. Justice, can you explain this to the court? Okay, Justice, you've got one more thing to prove, and one thing only. Lammermoor heard a voice, and she heard it during the second set. Think, how was Lammermoor able to hear the voice? She was somewhere else. When you investigated the scene, the window was closed. The shooter had no reason to close it, and had it open either. She was inside the walls. That's kind of what I figured, newbie, because there was the vent. But what I'm thinking is the vent has a connection to the stage and to the platform that she fluttered to. So that's why she was... I am in your walls. Joke's on you, my walls are concrete. But I was thinking she goes through the vent to get to the other side, and that's why she was able to hear other people. That's why she couldn't stop. It was impossible to hear the voice through that window. Jokes on you, I ate your schnitzel? Fuck! God damn it, newbie. It's good to hear you making sense again. For a moment I was afraid you might be a Borginian too. That's racist. As I was saying, Lammermoor could not hear the voice through the window. So there can only be one explanation. She heard a voice from another location entirely. What's this? Haha, you do amuse me so. Here I thought you and Good Sense were back on speaking terms. Now I'm afraid you and Good Sense speak two entirely different languages. Why is my phone vibrating? I'll interpret for you, Air Forehead. Lammermoor clearly says she heard the voice through that small window. And there was only one small window at the scene. Are you sure? Think about it. Isn't there another small window at the scene? There is? Yeah, I know that look. He wants us to ask him. Very well, you claim Lammermoor heard the voice from another location? Mr. Justice, show us where this location was. Lammermoor heard the voice from here. This is where Lammermoor heard that voice from. That's no small window, that's the air vent. Why did you cut the song out early? Oh. What does she tell us? She says she's Borginian, unfamiliar with our language. Not a stretch to imagine she called this air vent a small window.
Objection!
Now you've done it. You've gone beyond ridiculous and into ludicrous. So Lemuror was up in the ventilation system listening to this man's voice? That's the only logical explanation, yes. Logical? I do not think this word means what you think it means, Hair Forehead. Okay, what about it isn't logical? Ah, it hardly merits saying. Why would Lemuror be in the ventilation system? Hiding like a rat. No offense intended to her, of course. The explanation for that is simple, Prosecutor Gavin. Isn't it, Lemuror? You have been listening to our discussion here, yes? Yes. I admit, it's had me quite confused since yesterday. Yes, the small window was closed. But why should that mean I could not hear through it? I feared a prosecutor might himself need an interpreter. Ooh. Fucking annihilated. You probably hear his words. Lemuror, the small window through which you heard the voice. Was it up high on the ceiling of the rooms, not low on a wall? Yes, it was up on the ceiling. What? Gavin's getting his fucking salad tossed. Order, order. I will have order. Witness, you will clarify the statement to the court. Are you in fact saying you were up and above the ceiling of the room? That's where you heard the moment of the crime? Yes, in fact I was. I'm sorry, I never imagined it would become such an important point. Yes, well, why the heck were you up there? I believe it's time for another testimony. I'm not sure I can't. May I remind you that this is a murder trial? We will hear your testimony. Tell us why you witnessed the crime from above the ceiling of that room. Am I getting pinged? Vimo. Please. Well, it looks like I'm on the right track. Yeah, it's Woomy. Oh man, my sleepless night last night is catching up with me quick. I'm a spider and I have a vent that is my home. I have a family and would like to return. Joke's on you, Flyswatter. Newbie, how much longer is in this trial? Because I am fading. One more witness long. Is this the last of Lemuror's testimony? Okay. Well, I apologize, but I hope it's quick. I am... Oh, 2 or 3 more. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I'll give me a second, guys. I want to power through this. I just want to reset my brain. I didn't pass out until 2 a.m. and I woke up at 6. 4 hours of sleep in the workday fucking kicked my ass. So I am both physically and mentally exhausted. I'm trying my best to stay awake. Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice. He looks like a fucking crone. Still, this case still goes on for a little while, so it finds a take a break. Fuck, I can't talk. Yeah, I think. Let me finish this testimony and then we'll... Let me see how much longer I can go, and if I have to really take a hard break, newbie, I want you to let me know again how far I have to go. Well, at least an hour's left to go, likely more because it gets a bit tricky. Ah, shit. Alright, I hate to ask, just to... Every so often, can someone just check up on me, make sure I'm not, like, super suffering? I don't have any snacks to keep me up to. Fuck. If you have to go to sleep though, just feel free. Wake up, champ. God damn it, Gumbo. I throw ska at you. Oh, sorry. Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice. I heard there was a small window there before.
Splish!
Thank you. It was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I had heard. As to why I was there, I cannot say. I am bound to secrecy on this matter. Bound to secrecy? In my line of work, one has many obligations to uphold. But you say you were in the middle of your performances. So this did happen during the second set. I did not witness the crime, you must understand. I only know what I heard. Yes, but you must tell us what you were doing, in detail. That's what the cross-examination is for, yeah, Hair Forehead? The mission in this court is to discern the truth. No obligation, no binding pact may hinder that mission. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination. What are you going to do, Apollo? I'm going to find out the truth. She was up above that ceiling for a reason. I just have to get it out of her. Excuse me.
Hold it!
Above the ceiling. Could you be more specific? I cannot. Because you're bound to secrecy? Yes. To tell the truth, I was not supposed to even say I was above the ceiling. I dare not say more. Doesn't sound like I'll be able to coax it out of her just by asking. I heard there was a small window there before.
Hold it!
By small window, you mean the air vent? I only remembered what I needed to be careful of where I put my hands and feet. I cannot see the light coming through the window, of course. The air vent's grate would trip you up, certainly. So I was walking very carefully when I heard the gunshots. Startled, I crouched and listened. That's when I heard this voice coming from the room. Darian's voice. I knew something terrible had happened, yet... It was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I had heard. So without a word, you just let the third set start? After the curtain closed for the second set, there was still much to do. You could have prevented this whole misunderstanding if you only had told us sooner. Yes, perhaps I could have. I see little point in badgering the witness. What's done is done. The mind works differently when one is in the middle of a performance. Why, I've lost my voice in the middle of a show and kept on singing, completely unaware. Singing without a voice? If only all contradictions were so obvious. Only I could get Lammermoor to talk. Crushing her like this doesn't seem to be getting me anywhere. As to why I was there, I cannot say. You heard the gunshots during the second set, during your performance. You're quite sure? Yes. Why would I lie about the time? Why didn't you tell us about this yesterday? No one asked me. Thought you all knew. I told you Machi was not the killer. I told you this many times. Yes, you did. But you never told us why. I'm sorry. I was not able to speak of it. Unable or unwilling. He's not talking, Apollo. What do we do? We'll just have to prove it ourselves. As long as she's bound by... As long as she's bound by this pact of silence, she won't talk. If I can prove why she was up there, she'll have to admit it. How are you gonna do that? She was singing on stage, Apollo. She couldn't have been up above the ceiling, too. Yes, she could. Got a theory as to why, too. Maybe I've got the evidence to prove it. Amaror, truth be told, the reason for your presence above that ceiling is quite clear. Especially when you consider what happened during your performance. What happened? Yes, it's all right here on this video. Mildly shocked they fully animated it. Was this not this in a 3DS? As we can see, Lamaror was clearly not on stage for her entire performance. Ah. Though it saddens me to be so realistic. Lamaror is incapable of actual vanishing, let alone teleportation. But the only explanation is that she was hidden from view. And during that time, she moved to the back of the forum. Apollo. What, Trucy? It's not nice to reveal a magician's secrets, and it's against the rules. But I'm a lawyer. I'm not supposed to be nice. This is all very fascinating. There's mainly still images with the exception of Clavier's burning guitar. Curious to see what that would look like. But how is it possible? There's only 20 seconds between when she disappears and reappears. She couldn't have moved that fast. Is something wrong, Prosecutor Gavin? This was his concert, his show. He knows how the illusion was performed. Aha! He's just realizing his own oversight. Let's look at the cross-section diagram again. Here we can trace a route through the ceiling. It goes from the stage through the backstage to the rear of the forum. Ah! Recall Lamaror's testimony from yesterday. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it. We went from the stage to the backstage exit. A perfect description of this route above the ceiling. Lamaror knew of this because of her part in the illusion. But she wasn't the only one who knew. What? Just now in the lobby, Machi told me something. I know. I know if I opening vent, I can leave stage and backstage. He said that? Oh, were you not informed, Prosecutor Gavin? I knew about the Vanishing Act, of course. Yet I had no idea of the route that would be used. Why didn't that magician tell me? Magicians only reveal details of their acts on a need-to-know basis. They're the bread and butter of a magician's life, you know. Which is why he bound Lamoureux to secrecy. Well, Lamoureux? I'm impressed, Mr. Attorney. Hachi was right about you. So, what does this mean? Are you saying you use this route above the ceiling? I did. Well, that's that. But I'm still a little confused. Why is that, Your Honor? As I said before. There was very little time between when she disappeared and when she reappeared. 20 seconds, tops. How could she do it so fast? Especially if she stopped to hear the voice. That's a good question. Can the witness explain this to the court? She has a twin. I cannot. Very well, Mr. Justice. Yes? It's all up to you. Do your thing. What thing, Your Honor? You need to explain how Lamoureux was able to teleport like she did. I'm throwing your case out with the bathwater. Yeah. Why do I get picked on? It's Lamoureux who isn't going along with the program here. As I have stated before, I'm not at liberty to speak of the illusion that night in detail. Then you'll just have to tell us what you can. We'll hear your testimony on this. Mr. Justice, it will be your job to wring the truth out of her. Yes, if you would, please. Right. You're like a student before the finals. The finals? Wow! Good luck, Apollo. Oh god, there's another testimony. I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. There's an emergency exit in the backstage, where a stagehand waited. From there, one can enter the forum on the opposite side from the stage. The plan was for me to move there in 2 minutes. I was on my way when I heard the voice. 2 minutes, you say? Mystery deepens. Suppose it was too much to hope that the judge would come up with something. As does my curiosity. Take it away, Mr. Justice. Right, Your Honor. All I have to do is find the contradiction between what Lamoureux is saying and what we can see plainly in the video. I figured it out already. I am a magician, after all. Well, tell me. Not a chance. I can't reveal another magician's secrets, come on. Hey, you're supposed to be on my side here. God damn it, Truzy.
Hold it!
How did you proceed along this route? How? Why, I walked. But you arrived behind the forum much too fast to have been walking. Tell the truth, Lamoureux. You rode some kind of vehicle. What? A vehicle? What vehicle? Oh, what a novel idea. I like it. That's not a bad guess. Wrong, but not bad. Ah, yes, Lava the dumb attorney. I don't mind. Ah, I'm sorry, but the girl is right. The event is much too small for vehicles. It was a tight fit. Even I had to crouch as I walked. I cannot imagine a vehicle that would fit in such a small space. If it wasn't a vehicle, what was it? Let me go in there for a while, Mr. Justice. Too bad. Ready for the next part? Why do I feel like I'm on some kind of quiz show?
Hold it!
Sorry. Did everyone on the concert staff know about the trick? Not all. Only a few that were needed to help. See, like I said, it's on a need-to-know basis. Not many people knew about the trick. What were these stagehands required to do? One needed to open the emergency exit. The road to the stairs is locked, but once through there... From there, one can enter the farm on the opposite side from the stage.
Hold it!
So when you came back out, you were behind the audience. Yes, that is how it worked. Not a bad show if I do say so myself. That's Uncle Valent for you, the old grammar retouch. But in the video, you were only gone for 20 seconds. How is that possible? That's the part I don't get either. Yes, it would be good. It would be hard to go so far in only 20 seconds. The plan was for me to move in there in just 2 minutes.
Hold it!
2 minutes. Yes, it can be done in 1 minute if you are running. Running in that cramped dark tunnel above the ceiling. Mr. Attorney, have you forgotten? Dark or lit, it makes no difference to me. That's true, but... So you're saying that on the night of the concert, you made the trip in 2 minutes? Yes, though I nearly didn't make it in time. You see, I stopped halfway. Remember where it disappears in the video for 20 seconds. But she said she made the trip in 2 minutes. How? If you want my professional opinion, I bet the answer's right in that video. Well, Mr. Justice? Perhaps you have some evidence for us. Something that can explain the discrepancy between the video and her testimony. Heck. Evidence explaining the discrepancy? There is evidence. One piece of evidence that explains the discrepancy between the video and testimony. It's interesting, newbie. I'm not seeing it. Do I have evidence, newbie? You should normally. I should... What? Ah, so this is it? The magical key to unlocking this illusion's dark secret? Tell us how it works, quickly. I can't bear the suspense. Kind of hoping someone else would jump in at this point. Well, you see... Judge, I do hate to spoil the mood. But I haven't the faintest idea what he's talking about, and neither does he. A little confused too there, Apollo? Right, by which I can conclude that I was wrong. Better luck next time, Pollywog. Mr. Justice. I'm holding you responsible for spoiling my mood. God damn it. Is that a tear I just saw in the judge's eye? And that's nothing to do but rethink this through. He's in the video somewhere, I swear, but... I'm trying to think of what it could be. Mildly confused because I can't find the spot. What do you mean can't find the spot? I want to see something quickly. Okay, first of all, you could see the fucking spark inside the guitar immediately. And now it's out? Well, she doesn't have her brooch in the second part. That's what I was confused about.
Take that!
Lammeror, do you happen to remember this brooch? Ah, the brooch. We saw that yesterday, did we not? It was found at the scene, Your Honor. And you're bringing this up now. Why? I thought we already determined that when that was dropped. So did I, but we hadn't. Take another look at the video. Yeah, you saw the flash. You see it's glowing now. Here you can she's wearing the brooch. So she is. Let's look a bit later. What? The brooch, it's gone. What? Yes. The brooch disappeared in the short space of 20 seconds. And it takes a full minute to run from the stage to the backstage. Which means there can only be one explanation. The Lammermoor we see before the vanishing act and the Lammermoor we see after are two different people. What? What? The brooch was found on the floor of the crime scene. And not just on the floor, but on the floor directly beneath the air vent. Lammermoor, tell me, did you drop the brooch on your way from the stage to the backstage? At the very moment you witnessed the crime? Yes, I think I did. Order. Prosecutor Gavin. From your expression, I gather you had no idea this was the case, Herr Judge. I, of course, knew about it. What? Don't get me wrong, I wasn't hiding it. It just never occurred to me. The switch and the shooting took place at the same time. So, I was right. There was a switch. There was. Just before the stage's tower rose, Lammermoor was replaced. While we were on the subject, just who was this replacement Lammermoor? The man behind the illusion, Valiant Grammari. What? It was Grammari? That's quite the illusion, but I still don't get one thing. Yes? The switch happened before the tower rose, correct? So you weren't on that stage. That's right. But this sort of fake Lammermoor is still singing. And she's pretty good. That's true. Come on, Apollo, that's an easy one. They were just playing a recording. Ah ha ha ha. Gaviners aren't some kind of air guitar band, Fraulein. Oh, you mean I'm wrong? When we play a show live, we play live. No recordings. Grammar is a trap. Perhaps you can explain Lammermoor? Very well. Yes. Do tell, and add to your testimony. I had to keep singing even while I moved.
Hold it!
You were singing? Yes. Mr. Gavin expressed a dislike for recordings. So I used this. Wait, so you were singing the whole time? Even when you were calling above the ceiling towards the backstage? Why should it matter where I sing, when everywhere I go is the same darkness? But if you were singing while you were walking... That's right, wouldn't the shooter and the victim have heard? You were singing right over their heads, after all. That is right. Are you sure? You have to be pretty hard of hearing to miss someone singing at the ceiling. Once again, we come back to the state of the scene of the crime. What state? Heck, I know what he means. That old speaker, Apollo. The speaker? The speaker was blaring at the time of the murder. As for monitoring the stage from this room. Monitoring? Pipes from a real-time feed from the stage microphones. Useful for knowing when your set is coming up. Satisfied? That dressing room was fitted with a large speaker playing a direct feed from the stage. I had my request, actually. So Lammermoor singing in the ceiling sounded just like Lammermoor singing over the speaker. Ingenious. Her voice was hidden by her voice. Lammermoor? I have just remembered something. Do tell. When I heard the noise, the gunshots, yes? It startled me, so I stopped singing. What? I forgot the words I was supposed to sing. Song stopped? Thankfully, it was the very beginning of the second verse. So not many would notice. Forehead, that mixing board I lent you. Where is it? The mixing? Huh? That machine, Apollo. The one that breaks music into tracks. Oh, this. I'd completely forgotten about it. Let's take a listen. Yeah, she does come in slightly late from the beat. After the mixing board, you have one more full trial. Okay, so I will... Okay. After that, after the mixing board, then I will call it. Thank you for the assistance on that, newbie. I apologize that I'm not in a better headspace, exhaustion-wise. It does? I must have missed it. Look at the lyric sheet. At the top of the second verse. See where it says pleasure, pleasure? Listen again. She only says it once. This is evidence indeed. I believe we are guilty of making a terrible mistake. The crime didn't happen during the third set. It happened during the second, during Lamoureux's ballad. If that is true, then no one on stage during the second act could have been the shooter. Which means that Darian Crescent could have done it. He wasn't on stage for the second set. Well, Prosecutor Gavin? Fascinating. I don't believe I've ever seen a trial turned around so quite so thoroughly. Yet one problem remains. What's that, Prosecutor Gavin? Their forehead's theory does have a certain kind of logic to it. It is entirely based upon Lamoureux's testimony. Yes? Is there a problem with this? Well, it's quite simple, though it pains me to say it. What if she's lying to protect the defendant?
Objection!
But you have no proof. All I'm saying is that the truth is as yet unclear. Until we hear directly from the man himself. The man you don't mean... Yes. Though he is a friend and a band member, Darian Crescent must take the stand. I see no other way. As someone with a new perspective on the case? As a suspect, to be frank. Finally, the rat's coming out of his hole. I'm ready to catch him. Darian Crescent, get ready for justice. This is as good as a time it is to pause for a brief recess. Prosecution will summon the witness. Have him here and ready by the time we begin. I'm the last man who needs to be reminded of what his duties are. Very well. Court is adjourned for a 15-minute recess. I'm glad there's a to be continued here then. I'm free! Free! Free to sleep. Okay. Let's see who is on. It's a free bird here. Yeah. Damn it, I don't have YouTube prepped. Thanks for the wake-up call, Gumbo. Appreciate it. Well, Vimo's playing ZA, so let's see how this goes. Making slams my alarm. Ask Gumbo for the file, and I dare you to. PP? Okay, thanks, Zog. Vent raid? Actually, no. Even better. Yeah, I'm fucking Canadian, Gumbo. Shut the fuck up. We're gonna do pleasure raid because we took the second or the first pleasure. What would be the second one? I don't know. Anyhow, take care of yourselves, guys. I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Hopefully in a lot more energy. We'll see how that goes. But have a good night.